Hello friends and welcome to A Shot of Code. Today we're going to be looking at importing modules with ES2015. Now there's various nuances to the syntax here, whether you need to use curly braces or brackets or none or a star, or if you're lazy importing it's completely different and we're using promises. So I've got Visual Studio Code open here. Let's jump in and have a look at some examples. Right, so what we're going to do is create a library file here, lib.mjs, and in here we're going to have a function action that is just going to log out to the console, action performed. And then what we'd like is another module, main.mjs. And in there we'd like to consume that method. So the first thing we need to do in here is export it. So we need to put the export keyword on the front of our function. Let me split this screen so we've got both, we can see. Okay, and in here, in our main where we want to consume the function, we can simply import and then give the function name within curly braces and say from and give the location lib.mjs, and from there we can simply call action. So let's have a look at that. And as we're using the MJS extension here, because I'm running this in Node and modules are still experimental, hence this flag as well, experimental modules. If you're running this in a browser, say Google Chrome, you can just use the JS extension. It understands modules fine. Okay, so we can see our action performed being logged out, which is this log here, and we're running it from within main.js. So we've managed to import that function quite easily. Now, what if we had a couple of functions? So if we had export function action2, and just the same as before, action2. So, and then what we can do now, we can simply comma separate this and say action2 in here. And then we can call that within our main.js. So if we run that one, we get both of our logs out, action performed and action2. So that's single and multiple imports. What if we had, say, 20 functions in here and we didn't want to have to explicitly import them all like this? What we can actually do in that case is get rid of all of this and just do import star, which is going to bring everything from libin, but we need to specify a name module that they'll all be attached to. So what we've got now is all of these methods off of a lib, so we need to type that every time, but once we do, if I now run, we can say we're in a similar position before, but we haven't had to explicitly state each of the modules. So you can have curly braces to name each one, or you can use a star as and a module name to bring in the whole file. One nice thing you can do as well is export a default function. So if we just have one function here, action, that's the default, then we can say import and say action, and then now we don't need our module anymore, and we can simply say action there. So if I run that one, and you can say we're getting our function running correctly, and we didn't have to know the name of the function in here, so you can just come in and not have to look into lib.mjs, because this can be named anything. This could be some func, and we can just say some func, and it's just going to pick up whatever the default export is from that file, and so we should see this working just as well. Yep, so that works all good as well. So that's the one where we're not having any curly brackets around here. Then one other one we can do as well is a lazy import. See, these functions at the moment we're not able to put within any code. So if we had if true, or some, you know, in the real world some condition there, would it let us do this? You know, can we import it and call action like this? Well, some func. Let's put it back to just to make it clean. We'll just have action here again. And call that. So can we do this? The answer is no. We get an error here because you can't perform these static imports within any dynamic code. They always need to be at the top of the file. But we can do a lazy import where we use brackets and import, and that actually gives us a promise back and our module, similar to when we do a star import, it places everything into the module library here, and then we can do mod.action here, and we wouldn't need this anymore there. So that is how to do dynamic lazy imports as well. Okay, there you go. Just a quick overview of ES2015 module imports. Hope that was useful. If you like these videos, then there's a subscribe button below. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and I'll see you next time. Bye.